Hey guys, it's Wendell at the Woodworking Shop, and today we're going to talk about drills. One of my favorite things. I don't know, drills get used a lot, and a lot of guys that use drills, obviously, for everything. We're drilling holes, we're screwing things in with drills, using screws. No one nails anything anymore. It just doesn't happen. If we're nailing something, it's with a nail gun. Who nails anything with a hammer anymore? But that's not how I started my career. Everything got nailed with a hammer. And drills were used for drilling holes, and we plugged drills in. But now we have drills with batteries, which is great. It's fantastic. We can take them anywhere. We can hook them on our belt, on our pocket, carry them around, or climb up a ladder. It's great. But the thing that interests me today about drills is the clutch on a drill and the chuck. This is called the chuck. And so the chuck is really important on today's drills. It's a hand tightening chuck. I don't know if you could hear that. I can tighten this in with my hand like that, and it's tight, right? There's a clutch on here also, which is important. We could get into that another time, or maybe today. But the chuck, hear that tighten? That's important, because that keeps the bit, whether it's a drill bit or a screwdriver bit, in the drill bit, in the drill when you're using it. So many times I see guys put a bit in their drill. They tighten it up like that. If they got the chuck all the way up, they tighten it up till their hand's just spinning in their hand, and they think that's tight enough. And a lot of times it's not tight enough. After using the drill for screwing, putting screws in boards or whatever they're doing, you see the chuck get loose. You see the bit get loose in the drill. And it shouldn't be doing that. The drill bit will get loose in the drill if they're drilling something. I work with them all. I've worked with them all the time, and then I will stop them. And I'll instruct them. I say, you have to tighten the chuck by hand. Once you've got the bit in there, you have to tighten the chuck by hand, and it's just that simple. It's made to do that. It's not made to be just tightened by turning it like that with your hand on the chuck. You tighten it, it has a stop, it stops itself, tighten it by hand. That's it. It's simple thing. You got the other, and then you untighten it and take the bit out. The impact driver is made, it impacts the screw as it drives it. So it's not always the nicest thing to use for drilling screws into wood. It's faster. It doesn't have to be faster. It can be better for some applications, but not always the best. If you're doing cabinetry work or anything, setting screws and hinges, I would not use this. You pre-drill your screws. Use this drill. Set the chuck down. The clutch down, so that when it gets down to where you don't want to over drill, the clutch stops it. If it's over drilling and it's setting the screw in real deep, then this is on 16. It's real high. Set the clutch down to 5 or 6 or something. And if it's not setting the screw head deep enough, or where you want it, then set it higher. Back the screw out a little bit and set it higher and drill the screw back in. But let the clutch do the work. That's what the clutch is for. It's not hurting the clutch. It's not doing anything. It's supposed to be doing that. The clutch is there for you to use. On every drill, there's a clutch. This one goes up to 20, and then it's on solid. It's on drill, so there's no clutch working at all. It stops, the motor stops. This is a 12 volt drill. This is a 18 volt drill, got more power. I love this drill for doing cabinetry work. It's not overpowering, so you're not damaging. It's harder to damage cabinetry by over drilling, over stripping. You don't need this much. You don't need this much power doing cabinetry work. Sitting, drilling holes, sitting hinges, even hanging the cabinets themselves. Sometimes you need a little more power to hang the cabinets on the wall, but a lot of times you really don't. You just need this right here. So it's the same thing with this drill. It's got a clutch. You can hear it right there when I tightened it up. Sometimes you can. There's no clutch set on this. If I set the clutch on this, the clutch is going to set before I hand tighten this. You can hear that clicking. This is tightening the chuck up right now. So you want to set the chuck up. You want to tighten the chuck, and then you're able to drill your holes. See, this is a 12 volt. That's a 3/8 drill bit. And I think that battery's probably about ready to die. So it's not taking the drill. It's not drilling the hole good. So you unloosen it. See? Had the chuck tight. That's good. Good deal. 12 volts. Try a screw. Let's try a couple screws with the impact. Good enough. I like this drill also. It has two different battery sizes. This is a rigid drill. This is a brand name. It's the same thing. It also have an impact that's the same way, but this is the drill. That battery's totally dead. Let's see, this one was in the charger. This is a 22 watt battery, and this is a 43 watt battery. See the different sizes. So you get a little more same 12 volt. This is 12 volt. The power of the batteries are the same, but it lasts longer because of the battery size. So same thing. Tighten the chuck up. See that chuck? I had the chuck sit down at a lighter. So it didn't drill it in real tight. Set it up real higher, a lot higher. And it still goes off because it's in pretty hard wood right now. There we go. Went down as far as it could with that little bugle head on the screw into that hard wood. So that's about all I got. Any questions? No, I'm just kidding. So that's really what I wanted to talk about, a little bit on the difference of the drills versus the impacts, but mainly just wanted to kind of make sure you guys knew that you do need to tighten these chucks up on your bits. It's really important. Otherwise, they'll, once you're using them, they'll eventually fall out if you're not using them properly. They will loosen up if you use them a lot. You've had it happen. It's happened to me. And just want to make sure that it doesn't happen while you're over a countertop or you're up on a ladder, your bit falls out. Kind of go climb down the ladder, pick up your bit, or you're doing some finish work over some cabinetry or some furniture and you end up damaging it. So don't want that to happen either. So I hope that's helped anybody, and I'm glad you could join me today at the Carpenter Shop. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.